Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the shop. It is yet another Friday night.
We're keeping our promise of doing more videos.
That's right. I know the last Shop Talk Friday video came out on Thursday or something, but it took some time for me to edit the video. What can you do? You got to piss with the cock you got. Anyway,
so this is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. So what do we have on the operating table today? Let's see. Here's what the end is supposed to look like.
And this has a lot of play.
Oh, that's factory installed play. That's perfect.
And I let my foot off the clutch, and the axle just snapped. I had a trailer load of dirt behind me, but
where's the? There it is.
So I was gonna weld it like we did the other one, but as you could see, it's
like fractured,
and it's like held together like a puzzle piece. So you could see. I don't know if you could see it. The crack goes all the way up there. We were gonna weld it and hone it down, and because these are like $200. The tractor's just not worth that to me. So.
Yeah. So what we're doing, we're just going to take this apart and see if we can, graft this shaft onto the other one? Is that what our
Well, we're going to see if the other one has the same size axle.
Okay.
And if it does, great.
We got one in the bone pile.
Yeah. We have to do a review on this.
Yes, we're doing
a review demonstration. I don't like double flares because they always come out terrible. So, I was going to close it so you can see the label. This is Fairmount, this is from Eastwood. With shipping, it was on sale for $300. Those brake flaring block things, they just don't work. The flares don't come out right, and I just don't like them. So I went and got the most expensive thing I could get. So just to prove its amazingness, because it truly is amazing, I'm going to film Connor, as I instruct him, making a factory perfect double flare, because obviously I've used it a couple times. So
so you're going to take a greenhorn and see how he does.
So okay, so this is a piece of 3/16 brake line. I cut it and deburred it. Okay, this does not come with the kit, but it fits in there. Okay, so Mr. Bishop.
Okay.
First thing you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to thread it almost fully until it bottoms out. We're just leaving a little bit of play. Now, can you feel the quality?
It's got some gravity to it.
Now, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get your 3/16 die out of here. So you pull that out. It's two-piece. You're going to slide this line in so it sticks out the top. Not that much, but
yeah.
You want it definitely protruding out the top.
Yep.
So is that in there?
Yep, it's in there. We got...
That's okay.
Now, sticking out.
Fit that right in there so it holds itself closed.
Assume,
just
right?
like, nope, sideways, so it holds it together.
Oh, I gotcha, yeah. So there's the two halves. We'll put them in thusly.
Now, yep, slide that down. Now that could stick in a little bit less, just to make it easier. Okay, so it is sticking out the top. Now hand tighten this as tight as you can get it with your hand.
All right, we got a close up here. This is about what we got going on.
Now the first thing you do is you take your 0P0 die, okay, and you just want to, it just pops right in. It's got a little ball and a spring in there, and you leave that loose so you have room to fit that in and rotate if you have to. So you just like that.
Oh, just clicking it? Oh,
just like that.
In. Okay.
Now tighten it the rest of the way.
Okay.
Turn your valve to closed.
Okay.
And all this does is it sits right in there and perfectly gives you the right level, the right height. So go ahead and crimp that until it stops. All it's doing is just sliding down.
Yep.
And you'll feel when you want to bottom it out.
There you go, it bottomed.
Okay. Grab this, the bar, and tighten that as tight as you possibly could with that bar. You really want to be a man
about it.
You could even put a wrench in there should you want to. But. Okay. That's enough manliness. Obviously, open it. Open the valve. Okay, now...
Self-retracting?
Yeah, now you're going to want to loosen that bar so you can...
Oh.
Or, yeah, loosen just a little bit, just so you can get the die out.
Pop it out.
Okay, now, do you want to show the camera where it sets it? It sets it... Yeah. At just the right height. Okay. Now, take your 3/16 OP1 die, which just a little thing, a little tit in it, and you pop that in there, just like that. Now, sometimes if your brake line is on the car or it's a little crooked or whatever, you just want to, this has a little bit of play to it. You just want to make sure that the tit goes inside the hole. So turn it the rest of the way, close the valve, and just kind of watch it to make sure it goes in there. I think they gave you the ball so there's some play.
Yeah, I can see that, yep.
Okay, so just make sure, once it goes in there, bottom it right out.
I'm going smoothly up, it just funneled itself in there.
Yep, now go ahead and bottom that out.
Okay, felt bottomed.
Okay, open it up and take that die out. So now that's 3/16. That second die is size specific. There's a different one or die.
Okay.
Would you call that a die?
Yeah, I'd call that a die.
Okay, the first stage and the last stage are the same for all the sizes.
Well, the first stage is just like a depth setting tool.
Right.
Right? So that sets it all evenly.
And this is just a cone.
Yep.
So do you want to show them what it looks like so far?
Yeah. So there it is. It just sort of smushed it out, bubbled it out.
And there's no second guessing whether or not it's going to come out right. With the blocks, they're terrible. So you just put that.
Give everyone a nice close up on this one.
You're not going to see anything. It's going to cover it, but okay. Did you close the valve?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead. And obviously until it bottoms out.
Yep, I felt the bottom.
Okay, open it up. And you could take your tooling. Would it be proper to say tooling die, or is that kind of redundant?
They were kind of redundant.
Okay, now you unscrew.
Oh, check that fucking thing out.
You unscrew that. You could put that right back in the case. Then you could crack it open and show everyone.
Take a look at the fruits of our labor.
I've been carrying this tool to work with me so I could demonstrate it to people. And you have this handle here for extra chooching should you need it. Little screws in the side. It goes in.
Oh, here?
Right like this. So it just gives you a little, like on an angle grinder. I haven't had to use it. Also, what's nice is this is a long, skinny tool, so you can do it under the car.
Yep.
So when you're making lines, you could do one end, bend it where you want it, and then trim off the excess and do it right under the car. And even in screwy situations, the tool works perfectly. I had some I couldn't even see, and they came out great, because I just did lines on one of my Lincolns. So,
all right, undo that.
I don't even need to know that it's perfect.
This is like unboxing here, but get that open.
Perfect. Double flare.
Hot damn, yeah, a couple of metal chips. You want to clean those up. Let's see if I can get a...
Absolutely perfect every time.
Well, I would say that's definitely worth the $300.
If you're going to do work on cars, it is.
And if I did more brake lines, I think I would definitely consider buying one of these. That's pretty damn nifty.
Well, you're nearing the end of working on your vehicles. I think you're just about to the aggravation point where you're just about going to send it in from now on, huh?
Just gonna send it, you know.
So
but you know what? I mean, and here I am. I'm doing it, and I'm also trying to make sure everything's on screen and in focus and everything. So I got, you know, two things in mind here, and this worked out. That is a nice fucking flare, and it's so easy. You don't have to with the bar types. You got to crank the fuck out of them to get them nice and tight. And then it scrunches this part, you know, right behind the flare. It scrunches that too small. And you always lose the things that make the first part of the flare. But hey, you know, that is pretty damn nifty. All right, so we got all them bolts out.
So sometimes you take a rubber hammer and just kind of
influence it apart.
Now we're going to get a screwdriver.
You mean a pry bar? You mean a chisel?
These pry bars work great as screwdrivers.
Look at that. That just pries right apart.
The only thing I didn't document was there was a second.
Yeah, a little C-clip on that shaft.
And right here. Because I hate when I'm watching a video and I actually need to know how to do something and people gloss over one part.
We're not too good at that. Oh, that's a satisfying sound. Don't you love it when you're hammering and chiseling and then you just feel it yield?
And you can hear it,
smell. I see something questionable over here. Oh, that's
just the gear shift. So
that looks wonderful. Look at that beautiful grease.
And I think it just kind of packs itself in there
and doesn't lubricate a thing.
Here, is that one piece or does that come apart? It should be just one.
There we go.
So let's get a rag. Is this?
Sure, that looks like a rag. Well, we found a transmission. Not exactly the same one, but we think it'll work. So we're just removing the rim. All right, so we massaged apart this Murray transmission, sliced apart some bolts.
Montgomery Ward transmission.
Oh, excuse me.
I don't know who made the transmission. MTD.
Oh. MTD, there you go.
It's not a Peerless. So we had to do a lot of cutting and hammering, and it came off the tractor with no tools. It was so rotted from sitting next to the ocean.
We just twisted it off.
So
inside, we have some strange material.
Aluminum dust with grease in it.
It's like
this is kind of a strange setup.
Oh, it goes into the differential differently. So we got the other one apart, as you saw, and we pulled out the axle shaft. Here is the axle shaft. Of course, the gears wouldn't, that go into the differential
were one tooth off.
It was one tooth count off. So we said, well, let's pull the gears off and swap the gears. Well, don't you know? Here's one and here's the other. They're different diameters, doesn't fit. But luckily, this is the shaft we need and it's smaller, and the gear we need is bigger, so it slides on like so. So we're just going to fill that gap in with some liberally applied weld material.
And then we have another problem. This rim is the type with the it's squared off like flat, and you put a nut in there. The one we need has a keyway. So we're just going to take the angle grinder later and cut a little keyway.
No, we're going to machine a keyway with the angle grinder.
And that's why you went to college for for some time.
For some time? It sounds like you're talking about me going to prison. I went away for a time.
What are you doing here, bro?
Well, there's a little bit of excess play. So you just take these wires here, use it as like a shim material.
It's really nice and clean, the metal there.
Yeah, Frank did a good job cleaning it.
I was doing the wire brush wheel on the grinder while I was spraying carburetor cleaner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it worked really well.
Well, this isn't perfect because this wire's too thin, that one's too thick, but that's good enough for who it's for, as we like to say. So let's give this a buzz.
Here we are, precision cutting a keyway. He's freehanding it right now. That's a trick you learned in college. See if we could zoom in a little, get a better look, huh? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. Okay, here we are. And here is the finished product. Here's the welded on gear. We had to cut the little tit that was sticking off. Found this nice washer here for that. And Mr. Bishop cut in a nice keyway. So we're going to go over to the transmission, and if you can get off his phone for a minute and film this, I will.
Hey, I'm making an Instagram post, you dick.
I will install.
Very important.
As you can see, the transmission is greased. So whenever he you know, gets over here.
Yeah, I'm over here. What do you want?
Okay, so we're gonna.
Oh yeah, beautiful. Need a little bit of influence.
A little bit. What is going on here?
I don't know. Okay, well we got it in there. Just took 4 hands and 2 dicks to put it together. No real trick to it. You just got to keep dicking with it.
But
we decided against putting RTV on there because there's grease everywhere. We don't feel like cleaning the grease up.
And it just...
And it really doesn't matter. It's a Craftsman.
I don't think it gets hot enough to melt out because all the grease just flings to the back and stays there.
I think it'll be just fine.
So, the O-ring's missing over here.
How concerned are we with that?
I don't think it matters anymore. That, by the way, is a famous line of ours that would take a little long to do. So, I mean...
Take a long time to explain
and
that
there's still gasket material.
Yeah, so it's like reusing a gasket.
And again, do we care anymore? I mean, it's going on.
No.
Also, the brakes didn't work. So it turns out if you tighten this, it gives you a little more chooch. That little nut there. So what we do now is you got to make sure this is in the shifter. There's a gasket all the way around.
It's fine. You know what? Oh, watch out for that. We don't even need to show them this part because you know what? Or do you know why?
No.
Assembly is the reverse of disassembly.
So.
Oh wow, that just went that went back together nice.
Oh, it's not down.
Oh. There you go.
Okay, so now
little influence.
Why don't we get a pliers on that and rotate it and make sure everything's.
Yep.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like 2 bolts in it just to hold it.
Yep.
And I'm going to give it a little try.
Yep, and nothing's moving.
And then that should be 6.
Yep.
Done.
Look at that. Give that another turn or two so our viewers can really see that.
I would love to.
Take a gander right there.
And look at this.
Yep, the brake disc is spinning.
It is a 100% success.
Here's the old Mercury Ground Marquis. Here, my hand slipper. You gotta grab it or.
Okay.
You got it.
Nice big trunk.
Yep, nice big trunk. You can fit all your tools and everything in there. Hookers, whatever else you decide to store in there.
This is a good car. You know, as I've told you before, a lot of people when they see this car, they go, those were good cars.
They do say that.
And it's happened enough to where, it's worth mentioning that apparently these are good cars.
Apparently.
And I went to an antique store the other day in Middletown, which really was just a bunch of shit thrown all over a yard. And the guy was really interested in my car. Where's the outside? And he's looking at it, and I'm telling him how I drive it back and forth to work every day and this and that. And he says, no kidding, he's checking it out up and down. And he goes, you know something? And I thought he was going to say, those are good cars. But he goes, this car is still in the game.
Still in the game. I like that.
I guess it's still, compatible.
Yeah.
You just can't beat that. I mean, power windows, power door locks, AC. You saw the car review.
Yeah, we've only talked about this car pretty much every time you leave from my shop, I think.
I got 4 of these.
Aren't you lucky? All right, Mr. DeFrank.
Have a good one.
Have a good ride home. Until next time.
Keep it real.
Thanks for watching, everybody, and come on back for more.